Welcome to the Midnight Library. I see you found your way here, despite the hour. Tell me, what time is it where you are? And where are you listening from?
I was born and raised in a small mountain town near Yunnan, the kind of place wrapped in mist, where every morning begins with incense smoke and every night ends with the same quiet sorrow. My parents wanted a son. Instead, they got me. I learned early that daughters shouldn't speak too loudly, shouldn't sit too close to the ancestors' altar, and should never ask for more than what's left on the table. When my brother Long was born, I was 5. That day, the red lanterns lit the house, and my mother smiled for the first time in years. From then on, everything was about him. Long was the pride, I was the burden. They said I didn't need to study, because one day I'd marry and leave. Why waste books on a girl, my father used to say. So I swallowed my words, and when I turned 16, I left, without looking back. It was Jin, my neighbor's son, who helped me escape. He was leaving to chase his dream of becoming a journalist. I begged him to take me with him. My parents didn't stop me. They just said, "Once you leave this house, don't come back." Years passed. Jin became my husband, and together we built a small, quiet life in the city. I thought I'd buried my past. Until one morning, the postman handed me a letter. The envelope was thin and yellow, my family's name printed neatly on the corner. Sender, Long. I froze. I hadn't heard that name in over a decade. Inside was a red wedding invitation, embossed with golden dragons and phoenixes. Long was getting married. I laughed bitterly. Now they remember me? But Jin looked at me and said, "Then it's time they see who you've become. Not the girl they ignored, but the woman who survived." And for the first time, I wanted to go back. The drive back felt longer than ever. Mountains folded into mist. Villagers stared as we passed, like ghosts recognizing one of their own. We arrived 3 days before the wedding. The drive to the mountains was long and winding, the mist clinging to the road like it didn't want us there. The town looked smaller, older, half the shops closed, temple paint flaking off, and red paper banners already hanging between poles, fluttering in the wind. My parents greeted us at the gate with forced smiles. My mother's eyes darted nervously between me and Jin, and my father barely met my gaze. That night, as we walked through the yard, I noticed wedding decorations everywhere. Tables, red lanterns, even altar prepared in the main hall. But there was one thing missing. Long. No one mentioned him. And when I asked, my mother simply said, "He went to another village for work. He's buying some supplies for the ceremony. He'll be back soon." Something in her voice didn't sound right. On our second night, the air felt heavy and strange. Even the crickets were silent. Jin had fallen asleep beside me, but I couldn't. I kept thinking about Long, about how I hadn't seen his face once. That's when I heard it. Scratch, scratch, scratch. It came from the small room beside ours, the old storage room with the paper windows. At first, I thought it was rats, until I heard a soft sob. I froze. It wasn't an animal. It was a woman. I crept to the door. The door was secured with a rusty iron padlock. I pressed my ear against the door. The crying grew louder. "Jin," I whispered. "There's someone in there." He stirred, half asleep, until he heard it too. We exchanged a look, fear and disbelief. Outside the house, Jin found a loose brick near the steps. He gripped it tightly and smashed the padlock. The clang of metal echoed through the silent night. The lock broke open, and the door creaked inward, a gust of cold, damp air hitting our faces. Inside, a young woman sat curled in the corner, tied and gagged. Her face pale, her eyes red from crying. We rushed to untie her. The moment she was free, she began to cry uncontrollably. "You're not one of them, are you?" Her name was Yu. She said she was Long's fiancé. But when I asked where Long was, her answer froze my blood. "He's dead." He died because of an illness 3 months ago. Jin and I stared at each other, speechless. "That can't be," I said. "We just got his wedding invitation." Yu shook her head violently. "Your parents sent it. They said Long came to them in a dream. He told them he couldn't rest unmarried. They want me to marry his ghost, to bury me beside him. They wanted a ghost wedding." My knees went weak. Jin didn't hesitate. "We're leaving now." We helped Yu stand and move toward the back door, but as soon as we stepped outside, we heard a voice behind us. My mother stood there. "You can't take her," she said softly. "Long is waiting. He needs his bride." Jin pulled us toward the car. We didn't look back. We brought Yu to the nearest police station, but she refused to file a report. She said her parents wanted to keep it quiet, that no one would believe her anyway. I didn't report my parents either. Maybe part of me still wanted to believe they didn't know what they were doing. It's been months now, and I never heard from them since.
Another chapter closed. Leave the candle lit in the comments and tell us what part of the story stayed with you.